everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 8 of Vlogmas, and this is the first Friday of Vlogmas, which means our first collab is here. Yay! Woo! So I told you my first collab would be with some people that you've seen before. So you remember these 2 and maybe 3 from my other video. So we all went to Walt Disney World. This is my dad and my mom, by the way, for those that don't know.
Ella loved Disney World.
Oh, is that who I am?
Yeah, you're my dad.
The flight was a little tough on our baby.
Right.
But,
yeah, and then my dog Ella. But we went to Walt Disney World in July, which is almost 6 months ago. That's crazy. 6 months ago we were on Disney World. I know, but we asked you guys some questions on Twitter to talk about like our highlights and our favorite things. So I'm gonna go through some Twitter ones, and I have a couple to talk about too. But we're just gonna each answer. Let's why don't we each have an answer, because it might be different.
Okay.
But the first one comes from Glitter Ashley on Twitter. Ashley, who's one of my best friends, she's amazing. But she said, what was your favorite character experience you had in Walt Disney World? Who wants to go first?
Mommy?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Winnie the Pooh, because I did the Moana.
Oh yeah, that was at Crystal Palace on my birthday.
Yes, on your birthday.
Yeah,
I like that.
Was really cute.
Yeah, and we did the little thing. And this isn't his personal, but I loved when he took a picture with Eeyore and did the thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, there's that picture. I think a lot of you know mine. Well, okay, I have a lot. Walt Disney World exceeded my expectations on character meet and greets, honestly. I thought they were all really, really good. Of course, you know, I'm obsessed with Gaston, so I thought that meet and greet was fantastic. I thought he did a great job. It's a tie between that one and then the Russell meet and greet in Animal Kingdom, just because they were so excited to see me and it was great. And even though he didn't actually talk, like there was a lot of really good interaction that happened.
He held your hand.
He held my hand. He showed me like elephants. It was great. But I think
Chip 'n' Dale was also
Chip 'n' Dale was good too. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna pick Gaston. Okay, Becca, Rebecca on Twitter. Hi, Becca. She said, firstly, please tell your parents that I think they're hilarious. There you go.
Thank you.
Well, there you go.
You're our favorite too. No, I'm just kidding.
We're certainly being hilarious now.
You are, yes. So secondly, which was your favorite day of your trip and why?
Favorite day?
That's a hard question.
Do you recall your favorite day?
We had good days. We had a lot of good days.
We had a lot of good days.
I think my favorite day was Flight of Passage and going to Animal Kingdom. It was not only a new experience to see a park like that, but actually getting on that ride and having a fast pass for me was probably the highlight of the trip for us. At least for me personally, but I think for all of us it was a great experience, and it was very, very cool.
Yeah, that was just a really cool park in general too, because it was nothing we'd ever seen here in LA, in Anaheim, obviously. I don't know, there were a lot of good days. I loved my birthday. I thought my birthday was great, being able to see the castle for the first time, like that whole just intro to the Magic Kingdom, and just everything about that day was really fun, being able to see some friends that I had made. But I also really liked the, I liked a lot of the days. It's really hard for me to pick like.
Well, it's hard to pick one
favorite day.
No, we had great days. Every day had air conditioning, so in and of themselves, those were highlights for me.
Yeah, I think my birthday. I think I'm gonna say my birthday was my favorite day though. Yeah, there was just a lot of good stuff.
I think so too. However, your birthday was like the hottest day, where we were just like.
It was the hottest day.
And that's the first day that we ever stopped and said, we got to go back to the hotel. We got to take a nap. We got to cool down because it was so hot.
Yeah.
But I think that was a good day.
Yeah, that was a really good day.
I think that was, yeah.
Yeah, there were little, if I put together like pieces from every day, it would make up the like ideal day. It is, I don't know, it's
well,
like
yeah, and it is, it's true, because there was each pieces of things that we did every day.
Yeah.
Then you can make 1 or 2 like great days, and then the rest aren't that great because you've left the bad stuff for other days. So you have like
but if you didn't have
3 really great days.
Hey, if if we weren't dying of, sweat and heat stroke and all that stuff, that probably would have been better, and we probably could have skipped the Little Mermaid show in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah,
What
is your worst?
Ah,
I was just milking the metaphor about taking pieces of a day and making days out of it. I just thought I would see the end of that, and it didn't work.
Whatever.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, Thomas Ever After on Twitter asks, favorite resort you've stayed at or wish to stay at? Well, we only stayed at the Contemporary on this trip. I know some people do multiple.
Which was very nice though.
The Contemporary was a great resort, right next to the Magic Kingdom, super convenient. I would stay there again.
Right on the water. I liked it too.
It was nice.
The monorail was, it
was right there.
Yeah. I think the best part of it though was the location too, because we did Magic Kingdom for 3 days, right? Yeah. So it was really easy for us to just walk to and from the park and be able to rest and.
Well, we even did it after dinner on your birthday. We went back at 10:30. It was so close. Yeah. We went back at 10:30 at night.
So that was the one that we stayed at. But
I like that.
because we saw a couple throughout our trip. If you could stay at one, I think.
Animal Kingdom. Wait, no.
We went to the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
No, that was kind of fun, just because if you got a room right where we watched it, the giraffe were
giraffes looking in your
they're looking in
window.
It might have smelled like poopy though. if they don't upkeep.
And thanks for bringing that up.
I'm sure they do, Mom. I don't think that there's a lot of people that stay there. I'm sure.
Little sachets around the room.
I think I'd want to stay at the Boardwalk some more.
Oh yeah, that
Boardwalk was really cool. Where we ate breakfast.
Oh yeah,
and we was on the water
and
there's I really like the Contemporary though.
I'd like to see the Floridian, the rooms.
Oh, the Grand
Floridian.
Yeah, the rooms.
Yeah, that's a beautiful resort too. It's huge though, and that was a problem with a lot of them. They're just so big that it takes forever just to get from one side to the other. And so the Contemporary was a little bit more compact and just a little bit easier to get around. It's flip a coin. If you can afford it, any one of those I think would be great.
Yeah, that's very cool. Very cool. And then Morgan on Twitter asked the best thing. Oh wait, she says the best new thing you've never tried before. Oh, I think she thought we went to Walt Disney World before.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Hands down was the Flight of Passage.
Well, yeah, the best. Right? Let's just say the things that aren't at Disneyland that are there. I think Flight of Passage was the best thing.
Was the best
we could have ever done there.
Yeah,
I agree.
That needs to be in Anaheim. That would make a killing in Anaheim. But I don't know where they put it. I don't know. I have no idea where they would put it.
Sort of a Pandora Star Wars split. Like one part of the park. Hey, let's go see Luke Skywalker and fly.
Well, it seems like there's one where you can fly the Millennium Falcon, and that seems to be kind of taking after the same model.
Probably.
From what it sounds
like. Banshee,
you're in the ship.
You're in a ship.
Which, might be cool.
We'll
However,
see.
people don't. I don't know if anybody even asked this, but I do have to say, I know the saddest moment was when that little boy. I felt so bad.
Yeah, there was a little boy on Flight of Passage that was screaming his head off. He was so sad. He didn't want to go on the ride. It was handled and it was fine, but
they did a great job. The cast members do a great job at dealing with all those situations.
Yeah.
But I felt really bad because I know what it's like to go on something that you don't really like or that you're afraid of. And this poor little kid, he cried, he screamed. We could hear him screaming over the ride.
During the quiet parts, I could hear him screaming bloody murder. I felt so bad.
I had a bad experience when I was a kid on a little ride somewhere, Santa Cruz. And that memory stuck with me for years. And even as young as I was, I can remember that experience. That kid is never going to forget.
That's what we said. That kid is never going to, maybe even.
He's traumatized by Disney.
That's not what you want to happen.
No,
it's supposed to be the happiest place on earth, not the scariest place on earth.
I know. Okay, well that's the Twitter questions, but I came up with a couple. So the first thing I said was our favorite meal that we had there.
Our favorite meal.
And you can all have different ones. But...
Well, the Brown Derby I really enjoyed.
That was great.
Oh yeah.
That was a great meal.
That's one of the redeeming qualities about Hollywood Studios, honestly.
And our first dinner too, which was at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, Frontera Cocina.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was really good too.
The Rick Bayless restaurant.
Yeah, a lot of good food. And then we ate at that the African restaurant. The
Sanaa. Sanaa was fantastic. There's
that was great too.
Too many great. We actually had a lot of good food on that trip.
Why didn't you ask questions about things we didn't like?
Well, my other question was least favorite, but if I had what was your favorite? If you could only eat at one restaurant.
Oh, I would say Brown Derby, but I'm not a fan of that park, right? So if I was
park aside.
Park aside.
Park aside.
Park aside. I think that.
Brown Derby?
Yeah, I think so.
What about you? What would you say?
Park aside.
Well, Dad didn't get to go, right?
That sounds like a bad thing. Park aside.
We didn't. Ashton's dad, unfortunately, got heat stroke the day of her birthday, and we were kind of all bummed because that was her birthday, and we were going to go to
California Grill, which is at the top of the Contemporary.
And so Ashton and I had talked, and we said, we really enjoyed, but because he could not join us, we were gonna say like...
They're gonna play it down and say it really sucked.
No, because what we were gonna do...
You didn't miss anything.
No, what we were gonna do was we were just gonna say it was okay, and we didn't really talk about it with you, we didn't want to...
I know.
But to go back, for her birthday, I do have to say, we had great seats. It was right by the castle. We saw the fireworks.
Yeah, it was good.
It was just
when we go
good.
in many years,
if we go
we'll
back.
go
When
back. When we go back.
Yeah.
But us all together, I loved Brown Derby.
Yeah, that one that was
pork
a
chop
rough.
Was the best pork chop I've ever
Brown
had.
Derby
it was a rough night for me.
Brown Derby was really good. I think I liked every single. It comes down to hairs, honestly, because I remember Sanaa. I didn't like every single thing I ate. Yeah. There were some side dishes that were okay. If I had one thing though, that whole trip I would be able to eat every day is the bread service at Sanaa. Yeah. And everyone talks about it, but it's not a lie.
Really good.
The hype is real. It's not like a lie from people. It is so good.
Now, I'm hungry.
That pork chop sounds good to me right now.
Oh, the best pork chop my mom has ever had was at the Brown.
And I love pork chops, and Ashton's dad makes some great pork chops. But now that you guys said it, I kind of forgot. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Well, on the flip side, to make us not hungry, what was our least favorite meal?
Oh, the whole fish that I ate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
so no,
it was that. So quick. I didn't mean to be so quick.
So we went to the Jungle Skipper Canteen in Magic Kingdom, which we went to twice. The first meal we all had was very good. Yes. We liked that a lot. The second time
we decided to go back.
Yeah, we decided to go back, and they had a better. I liked mine, but they had a bad experience.
No, there was a gal and we went to lunch, and they had a whole fish, and it was supposed to have like a soy sauce, ginger type of a thing. And I've had that type of food at restaurants before, and I've really enjoyed it. I like fish, everything. And I mean, granted, the head and everything was on it, so it did look a little, but
it was fried. It was this.
So I asked our waiter, and he said, "Oh, that's like the most popular dish," and oh my gosh, you gotta. So we came back, and that's what I wanted. It didn't taste anything. I'm sorry, Walt Disney World, whatever. But I'm sorry, restaurant. It didn't taste anything like what I thought it would. It had all it was bones. There was not a lot of meat on it, so.
I remember that. That was pretty bad.
Was that your least favorite meal?
Well, I don't remember what I ate there. Did I have the same thing?
You both ate the same thing.
That was. I don't. If I did, I have no recollection of it because I tried to put it out of my mind.
Yeah.
You know, one of those experiences where you look back and there's just blank. It's because your brain just decided to omit it.
That's probably the worst.
It wasn't worth holding on to at all because I need more brain capacity for other better things.
Yeah.
But that would probably be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, it was just not worth the experience that we got. I did not like Cinderella's Royal Table.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to really talk about it because everyone says like that's the thing. And granted, like being in the castle was great. Like I thought that whole idea is fantastic. But if you're gonna make that a big thing at Walt Disney World, because it doesn't happen in any other place around there, you should probably make it like you should have the princesses spend more than 20 seconds with you and say hi and then take a picture. We got more interaction at Crystal Palace and at Trattoria Al Forno than we did at Cinderella's Royal Table, which you would think would be more exclusive because there's not that many tables there, and you get your waiter and everything like that. But I thought the food tasted like something you'd get at like one of those buffet weddings.
It was really ordinary.
It was just extremely ordinary
for what it was.
For what you pay.
Right.
If it was like $10, that great. But it was over like $100 to eat there, and it was not. I don't think it was worth it.
And so basically what you're paying for is I went to eat in the castle. Yeah. Right. That's what you're paying.
And I mean, like I said, and I'm sure if you go during the fireworks and stuff, like everything, it kind of masks all that. But the only thing about that meal that was good was Jasmine, because the princesses took forever to come around to our table because we were towards the very back of the rotation, and Jasmine hadn't been with us, and we were waiting. We were done with our meal, but we were done. We were finished with dessert.
We paid the check,
and we paid the check. We were about to leave, but I wasn't gonna leave till I got a picture with Jasmine. And the character host came over and kind of talked to Jasmine and said, "You have to go to this table." We were right next to them. We heard them, and she spent the most time with me. Yeah. But the other princesses were like, "Okay, great, take a picture."
It's a big room. They're trying to get to everybody. I mean, it feels really exclusive, but it isn't. there's more quality they could add to that experience.
Yeah, for what you pay.
Yeah.
I like the dessert. It was the chocolate, and it had the
the clock strikes midnight.
The clock strikes midnight, and it was all chocolate.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Really good. So the next one is a place that you wish you spent more time at.
Place we wish you spent more time at.
I'll go.
Go ahead, you got one.
No, because we were just talking about this. Ash and I were just talking about this. It's not a park, but Disney Springs. I really enjoyed that, and we went the day that we got there to have dinner. The day we landed, it was rainy. We were tired. You know, it was just it was later at night. Just eat. We shopped a little bit, and then we left, and then we never went back. And I would have liked to.
Yeah, it would have been fun. It's a big shopping area.
Even if it was like half a day, just at least gone to lunch and then walked around. There's water areas, there's bridges, there's a lot to see. It's not just stores. So it would have been nice to spend some time there.
Yeah.
I think 6 days in that park is enough to see everything and feel like you've seen enough, at least for someone like myself. I'm not an avid follower of character experiences and sort of some of the hidden things that people like to look for in Disney. So for us, 6 days was plenty. So Disney Springs, I concur, because that was it looked like a great place to go hang out a little bit more. We just didn't get the time to
have
be
a
there.
drink. We just
I would probably say Disney Springs too. But I also wish we spent a little more time resort hopping. I would have liked to spend more time at the Boardwalk. Because there's actually a lot of cool stuff. There's an ice cream shop that people say is out of this world that I wanted to see, and at night all the lights are on and you can take a boat. I wanted to take a boat ride. I wish we did that and did something, you know.
Because we went and we saw it for breakfast. We were there for breakfast. So everything was closed.
Yeah, it wasn't open. So I think the Boardwalk would be really cool, just nightlife to see. It's not very big, but to be just there in that atmosphere. They have a dance hall at the end of it, and so it's probably that or Disney Springs. And especially like if you go during the holidays, they have a whole like walk through with all these different trees decorated with all Disney ornaments. Like it's just they do a lot of cool stuff there that still makes it feel Disney. So I think we'd all say Disney Springs.
There you go.
Yeah. Things you would do again if we ever went back.
Yeah, you know what he's gonna say.
Things we do again. Well, you know, I mean, you want to do what you enjoy doing, so, you know, Flight of Passage first comes to mind. Secondly is, now that I know where all the air conditioning is, I would take more advantage of that if we went during the summer.
Well, we wouldn't go to, no, let's just say
that's what we learned.
We learned we wouldn't go.
The other thing that I think about in terms of Pandora is, even though we were there a bit, when you're tired at the end of the day, you're not really focused, and that was a really interesting part of the park. And you really want to take time to sort of be in those environments and just sort of experience it, just sit and look. And we were there till it got reasonably dark, but you know, there's those experiences where you're just not in a rush to be anywhere. You just want to be in that environment, and that was one area that I thought I probably could have spent more time in and would have enjoyed it more if I just wasn't as tired as I was at the end of the day. Because at night it looks great there, and we did get around a good bit, but the other thing is when you're fixated on taking photos and videos, you sort of miss the experience of being there. Yeah. And going the second time, you wouldn't feel so obligated to videotape everything. So.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know, things I would do again. I mean, I love the whole trip, so I mean, if I do that again, but I really thought a lot of the restaurants we ate at were good. I don't know if there's too many repeat things there, but I agree. I thought Pandora was amazing. I kind of wish we took more time to actually World Showcase in Epcot. I really did like that part of the park, and I know that they're going to make some renovations on it. I did, because I was exhausted. We went to World Showcase the second half of our day in Epcot, on our Epcot day, and I really felt like I could have done a lot more looking around in every single shop and every pavilion, because there is a lot to see in those, I don't know, 8 or 12 pavilions that they have there that we kind of just breezed by because we were tired. And it got to the point, you know, when we were gonna go back to Spaceship Earth, we left World Showcase and we came back just for dinner, and by that time we were so exhausted, we're like, we're just gonna leave. So I definitely think just having the time to take the time to go through each pavilion at World Showcase would have been really fun. And when they revamp it, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of other cool stuff to see there.
By the way, the only other thing it was a happily ever after the fireworks.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So that's the only other thing I want to see again without trees, because I think no matter where we were and where we've been, anywhere we go, we're either too far back or we're behind trees, and you can't really see the full front of the castle there. And so if we were to go again, or when we go again, we need to find some way of getting that position in the front of that castle.
Yeah. There's ways. The good thing about Walt Disney World is much bigger. The hub is much bigger than at Disneyland, so it's a lot easier to get a good view, and the castle's taller, so you don't miss it as much. But what about you? What would you like to do again?
I don't know. I think the same thing. Flight of Passage, which
we did do again, actually, on the trip.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
I was really afraid just because I had a heart condition, and there's just a lot of things that I'm afraid of. Roller coasters, of just fast rides in general, and they really wanted to go on it, and I know that you were really pushing me to, not pushing me, but saying, just try it, you know. And so I just tried it. It's a little ominous when you're walking in because I'm afraid of everything, right? But I enjoyed it so much. I really had a wonderful time on it, and I would do that in a heartbeat now. I would go do it in a heartbeat. I love that ride. And then I think so too. I think the fireworks for me too. Yeah, that was so good. That was incredible.
Fireworks are pretty spectacular.
Yeah. Pretty
that
impressive.
was just incredible.
Show.
Yeah. Well, that is it for our little Walt Disney World highlights video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you to my parents for being on my channel.
Thanks for having us on.
Yes, for Vlogmas. It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah, happy holidays. Have fun.
Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please subscribe. Subscribe to my social media links to follow whatever Vlogmas video is going up the next day. I have Twitter, Instagram. I even have a Patreon, so if you want to donate some bucks for me to be able to, it's a site where you can
we'll explain later.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Anyway, but I'll have all my links down below. But until tomorrow, when I do another Storytime Saturday, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Bye, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you.